Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
Welcome to Nevada Newsmakers. On the broadcast today, we're talking Formula One, the Las Vegas Grand Prix with Lori Nelson-Kraft. She's Senior Vice President of Corporate Affairs. Here for the whole show on an all-new Nevada Newsmakers.
The Nevada Builders Alliance has been protecting the interests of the construction industry for over 50 years. Our programs save members thousands of dollars every year and allow them to provide much-needed benefits to their employees. Our industry also allows Nevada to grow. If you're thinking about a career in the construction industry, reach out. And if you haven't thought of a career in construction, what are you waiting for? We are the Nevada Builders Alliance.
The trucking industry is the most resilient link in the supply chain. And for over 90 years, the Nevada Trucking Association has been the voice for the men and women in the trucking industry. From Carson City to Washington, D.C., we advocate for policies to protect our trucking companies and keep commerce flowing. Because Nevada's and America's prosperity is tied to trucks. There's nothing without trucking.
A power line is more than a power line. It's maintaining the bottom line for small businesses. It's keeping the assembly line moving for our workforce. For our brightest minds, it's meeting a deadline. It's on the front line with our heroes. And on the sidelines of the biggest games. It's a direct line to our loved ones. And it's a lifeline for the most vulnerable. There's a lot on the line.
You're in trouble with the law. It's easy to think you'll lose everything, but there is hope. I'm attorney Orrin Johnson. Your first step is to hire a serious attorney with the experience to successfully navigate the legal system for you.
Sometimes hope means addiction treatment instead of jail, and making sure you're treated fairly.
Sometimes hope means fearless trial attorneys who will stand up to the government when they get it wrong. Call or text Orrin Johnson Law.
We'll make a plan.
You'll take back your life.
This is Nevada Newsmakers with host Sam Shad, a no-holds-barred political forum. Now, from the Nevada Newsmakers broadcast headquarters, here is Sam Shad.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we're always delighted to welcome back to the program Lori Nelson-Kraft. She is Senior Vice President of Corporate Affairs for Formula One, the Las Vegas Grand Prix. Pleasure to have you back on the program.
Thank you, Sam.
This year's race, November 19th through the 22nd. How excited are you?
Going into year 3, it's going to be bigger, better. We've learned a lot. We've refined. It's going to be a spectacular fan experience, whether you're watching the broadcast or you're here in person.
I want to pick up on something that you and I both know has been going on. Everybody knows. The doom and gloom being portrayed by the national media regarding the cost of Las Vegas as being too high. Formula One was hit with that the first year, which is before you actually joined Formula One. But what's been done to mitigate that impression?
Yeah. Well, first of all, a first-time event of this magnitude really has no playbook, no instruction manual. So it is a lot of learnings that come out of an inaugural year. And certainly when you look at any event, things get inflated in an inaugural year in a way that everyone expects something so grand, yet we don't exactly know. What does the visitor want? What is that experience about? How do you price it the right way? And I'd say together with the tourism industry and the resort leaders and the Formula One teams, together we have learned an enormous amount about the experience. We've become much more efficient in how we set it up and less intrusive. We've learned a lot about pricing the tickets in a meaningful way, and resort operators have learned a lot about how they can care for the visitors that they're attracting for this event. So, Vegas learns time and time again over all these interactions and uses it in its evolution. And I think that's what's one of the most spectacular things about what makes us the world's #1 travel destination.
And is it going to be literally another $1 billion event for Las Vegas?
Coming off of the second year where, again, inaugural years tend to be a little larger. And then when you go into an annual event, things normalize. So when you look at the impact report out of the second year, Race Week alone generated $934 million for our local economy. And that is separate from what Formula One made off of the race. And so when you look at that kind of multiplier of visitors who come for this event, spending 2 times normally what an average visitor spends, they stay a little longer. And then you look at the jobs created as a result of this and even taxes generated. I mean, $45 million to the state, local municipalities, 15 million of that going to local schools. That is a spectacular ROI and one we're proud of. And we hope to continue benefiting the local economy as a result of this race. So, fingers crossed, we'll continue to see that kind of economic impact here.
Our good friend Howard Stutz made a comment in the Nevada Independent this past weekend. The gaming analysts, are pointing to Formula One as being a turning point for the weekend numbers of the summer. No pressure there.
Well, Formula One is a 3-day event, and it also becomes a 4th day when you look at some of our programming here. And certainly, we're happy to be a contributor during what is the slowest week of visitation in all of Las Vegas's calendar. And so we think that's meaningful. Tourism leaders intentionally worked with Formula One to put the event at the week before Thanksgiving very intentionally. So we're really pleased that we can stimulate the economy and put the global spotlight on Las Vegas during that time.
As we've discussed in the past, not only is this a weaker time for Las Vegas, but one of the problems is the comparisons, because Las Vegas has been so successful over the last couple of years. It's really a tough comparison. And you come from the gaming industry, then the convention authority, to now Formula One. As you look at that, you've got to figure, boy, that is a tough comp.
It's so interesting, Sam. You have been statewide as long as I have, and nothing's more resilient and better at reinventing itself than the tourism industry. And so you have seen some ups and downs in what is visitation or the spend, but gaming operators and business leaders and government leaders, they know what we do best, and they always figure it out. And boy, if you were around here over the weekend, you could just see that the town was filled with people who are just big Vegas fans. So, I think those doom and gloom headlines are things that, take off and take a life of their own without, a ton of facts always being behind it. You're looking at a decline, but no one rebounds better than Vegas. And I'll tell you, the electricity's still in the air and visitors are here. And that line to get back to SoCal yesterday after a holiday weekend was real as well.
Oh, yeah, to say the least. Was at one point about a 5-hour delay until about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Mike Lawton, the former economic analyst for the Gaming Control Board, also says the sky isn't falling, proven out by the numbers last month where the gaming numbers were up. And Bloomberg News pointed out in an interesting article this past weekend that by comparison with other destinations around the world, that luxury in Las Vegas is actually less expensive than it is pretty much anywhere else in the world. That you can stay, for example, at the Wynn Resort, which is in the middle of your track, and you're getting a lot more for your money than you would be anywhere else.
I've long said that about Las Vegas is the value proposition is you're getting an extraordinary experience for the investment that you're putting in. And you're right, when you look at the hotel product, the culinary offerings, the entertainment, there's no place in the world that can replicate what Las Vegas does. you know, time and time again, Las Vegas will be a winner in the eyes of our visitors and our resort operators. You know, they do listen. They know when to pivot, and they know this is what they do best.
Formula One was the original plan was for 10 years. Now you just got an extension for another 2 years with a $20 million sponsorship from the Convention Authority. I don't see Formula One ever going away just because of the amount of money that Formula One has invested in Las Vegas already in physical assets.
So the intent, I think you keep hearing things like 3-year, 10-year, things like that, and they're tied to specific agreements that were made. The intent among Formula One tourism leaders, resort partners, was this to be a reoccurring annual event, like having a Super Bowl annually, time and time again. So that was always intent. We're learning and growing as partners. And so I think that 10-year deal you heard about was really tied to the agreement with Clark County over the right of way of the streets for the race the week before Thanksgiving. So that's the 10-year mark. LVCVA and some other local founding partners had originally gone in with a 3-year deal. So all of those need to go through what does the future look like. And you saw LVCVA and Mr. Hill's comments about this being an important annual event and the two brands and the power of bringing the world's international motorsport together. And you saw full support behind its board of directors to extend for those 2 years and to keep learning and growing together. And we're thrilled over that vote of confidence and that it is a good fit here as part of the tourism offerings.
As you know, there's been concern about the roads being blocked off and various businesses being affected. What's been done to mitigate some of the effects of that? I mean, obviously you can't mitigate everything, but there has certainly been quite a deal of mitigation over the last couple of years.
Sure. Well, of course, we learned so much from inaugural year, and it was never our intent to shatter glass or for it to impact anyone. And so we really listened, we learned from it, and we continue to find efficiencies to make the circuit build out as least impactful as possible. And you saw it last year. And as we go into the circuit build out for the year ahead, we've really compacted the schedule down last year and this year. The majority of the work has been done in the overnight hours with lane reductions. We've shortened the time frame for the track barriers on Las Vegas Boulevard so that as many open lanes leading up to the race as possible are available. And we found other efficiencies going into this year. The Flamingo Bridge, which went from 4 lanes down to 2 last year, was a significant improvement. And this year, as we build out that 2-lane vehicular bridge, the pedestrian bridge on what is the north side of Flamingo is going to get built out at the same time. So further lessening road impacts. But a lot is communication. And we have hundreds of stakeholders of all the local businesses, residences, and resorts in and around the circuit. And every month, we offer a forum of meetings where we share information, we collect feedback. So right after the race, we offered a debrief to all those businesses again, and it's their choice to participate to really get that feedback and learn from it. And we work with their schedules. The traffic management plan, which is hundreds of pages that Public Works through Clark County works through regularly with us, is informed by all those conversations of understanding what other events are coming to town, what other public works projects are going on. How do we ensure that all the businesses and residences can live and breathe during that time of race week when we do have to close down roads for the race, and making sure we've addressed ingress and egress. And so a lot is really communication, and we have we know it's a privilege to be able to host this event, and we want it to be good for everyone. And that's why we continue to keep those open lines of communication so we can ensure that everyone's voice is heard and we address concerns and find solutions.
So last time, there were a whole bunch of lawsuits from companies that were affected by the race. But what was interesting was that Grand Prix has, or the Las Vegas Grand Prix, I should say, has actually made deals to where a lot of these companies are now partners with Las Vegas Grand Prix. Can you, as I throw my mug across the room, can you share the some of the things that have been worked out?
Yeah, well, I'm certainly not going to elaborate on a lot, but what I can say is we're really pleased to have resolved our differences with those businesses. You know, we want to be a good partner. We are here year round. This is not just a 3-day race. We've made a permanent investment here in Las Vegas. With the purchase of 39 acres of land and building a permanent 300,000 square foot attraction that is open and available and really generating a lot for the local economy. And so, you know, we're here year round and we are continuing to demonstrate that we're invested in the local community. And by resolving those differences, you know, we feel that was a really important step in the right direction.
One of the things that was very impressive was, you know, the outreach into the local community, not just toward businesses, but towards schools, families, kids, parents. Can you share some of the things that you guys did?
Well, thank you for noticing that. You know, having been in town as long as both of us have, it's really important that all local businesses are invested in their local community. And the DNA of Formula One is thankfully that of making sure we are authentically introducing ourselves, that we're opening our doors to the community, and that we're giving back in meaningful ways. You know, some of the things, you know, you mentioned are during race week last year and this year. Last year, we brought 600 middle school youth to Grand Prix Plaza. They got an exclusive behind the scenes look. They were STEM. They have STEM education focus, and there's so many careers in racing that are STEM related that we wanted to take our sphere of influence and introduce careers in racing to those in middle school. So they had a great opportunity. This past summer, we opened the doors to Grand Prix Plaza with our attractions and hosted 250 Boys and Girls Club youth to come for an exclusive community karting program. 2 years in a row, we've had an opportunity to make 2,000 foster care children and their families feel special about going back to school with a special event in partnership with Clark County inside Grand Prix Plaza. And we continue to go around and surprise and delight a lot of locals in the community doing extraordinary, making extraordinary contributions in our community. And we're surprising them with inviting them for tickets to our event. The list goes on and on. We really want to just focus on how can we use our platform to make a difference here in the local community. And so this has been a real joy and a real honor to get to do that.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back more with Lori Nelson-Kraft after this timeout.
Take a look at Pro Group Management and see how your workers' comp requirements can be met head-on. By taking a proactive approach, Pro Group can assure that your company is meeting or exceeding state and federal standards. As you move forward in your industry, Pro Group moves with you, simplifying regulatory tasks, clearing the way so you can get the job done and look to your future success. Pro Group Management, workers' comp that works for you.
Welcome to Story County, where history meets innovation, and a pioneering spirit continues to shape our future. At the heart of the Tahoe Reno Industrial Center, we power the future with global leaders in technology and manufacturing, driving progress that reaches far beyond our county lines. From advanced manufacturing to tech innovation, our industries are creating thousands of quality careers, fueling a vibrant economy that benefits every Nevadan. But it's more than just growth. Our community is our foundation, supporting families, empowering local initiatives, and creating a place where everyone belongs. Be part of a legacy built on bold ideas and boundless possibilities. Join us in building a brighter future right here in Story County. Story County, helping build Nevada's future.
Save money and take transit. Did you know you can ride the bus all day for less than what it would cost you for a gallon of gas? Plan your trip now by going to rtcwashoe.com.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, I have to ask you, what was the effect of Netflix getting into Formula One on the interest and attendance at the Las Vegas Grand Prix?
So it did a couple things. One, it introduced Formula One to a new generation of enthusiasts who might not necessarily have been motorsport fans before. And then secondly, and I think it speaks to Liberty Media having acquired Formula One, was the desire to really grow the footprint in North America and specifically the US. And, due to that, the popularity of that show really was a win throughout the United States and for all of Formula One of really growing that fan base. So we're thrilled to have that spotlight. Inaugural year was featured in the show itself. And there's a real fascination of getting to know the teams and the drivers and getting that behind the scenes. And it has really humanized what people haven't been able to see necessarily when they watch the race. It really has brought it to life in such an exciting, fun way.
And I'll tell you, I went to see the movie Formula One with Brad Pitt, and that was pretty amazing too. Let's take another break. We'll be back more with Lori Nelson-Kraft after this timeout.
Fantastic cocktails and delicious food.
It's a good time to eat.
Over 500 hot slots, plus electronic table games.
It's a good time to play.
Player rewards and big-time jackpots.
It's a good time to win.
Ooh, your good times at Tamarack.
As you know, Reno is booming. Toll's development company is helping it grow with insightful design and development, building community with every project, adding beauty, adding excitement, emphasizing our shared humanity. Reno is becoming bigger. Toll's development is helping it become better, more livable, more enjoyable. To learn more, go to tollsdevelopment.com. tollsdevelopment.com.
Meet Nevada Health Link, Nevada's official health insurance marketplace. Your link to savings, selection, free assistance, and name brand health insurance, where 90% of enrollees lower the cost of their monthly premium. Everyone deserves access to quality health coverage, no matter your income or family size. Visit NevadaHealthLink.com. A few minutes could save you hundreds of dollars per month.
Nevada Health Link. Our plans are made for your plans.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we continue our conversation with Lori Nelson-Kraft. She is the Senior Vice President of Corporate Affairs for Formula One Las Vegas Grand Prix. One of the things that I found interesting was that you're putting together a business summit to bring together sports and entertainment. This sounds very interesting, and I saw that one of the panelists was the Raiders boss, Sandra Douglas Morgan, as one of the panelists. Share this with us.
So the business summit is going to be exactly what you said. It's going to be a day-long program the Thursday of the race. And the whole idea, when you look at a Formula One race weekend, when you say it's a 3-day event, sometimes it's a 4-day event as well. There is so much extra programming and excitement with the world's top brands descending on Las Vegas and some of the biggest and best business leaders choosing Las Vegas for the race, that we really wanted to do something innovative. So Liberty Media with CAA really curated an outstanding day. And when you look at the lineup of from Las Vegas leaders to sports leaders, we think it's a great added layer of programming, and there's a lot of connectivity back to the race, and there's a pro-am that's attached to it. Again, there's so many things happening as part of race week, and we think this is going to be a great addition, and we've gotten a terrific response so far to people wanting to join it.
And I think it's going to just go way beyond just Formula One to all these other events that are coming into Las Vegas as well. The opportunities that people may not realize yet can come out of this.
Oh, absolutely. And Vegas, with its connectivity to sports and entertainment and being that hub and that gathering place where everyone wants to be, I mean, it really is pretty impactful when you bring all those pieces together.
Lori Nelson-Kraft, you have a very busy next couple of months coming up. I wish you the best of luck and have a very successful race. And thank you for doing this as always.
Thank you, Sam. It was a real pleasure.
Always. Thank you. And we'll be right back.
Each day, the Children's Advocacy Alliance partners with leaders, legislators, and families across Nevada to improve children's health, education, economic well-being, and safety. We recognize Nevada will be no better than the state of its children. Be a part of this change. Be a supporter of the Children's Advocacy Alliance. For more information, go to caanv.org.
Welcome to the Ahern Boutique Hotel, where luxury and warmth come together in the heart of Las Vegas.
We take pride in offering a one-of-a-kind experience for both locals and tourists.
Join us for handcrafted cocktails and an unforgettable experience.
Joel's Chop House, the perfect place to savor views of the Las Vegas Strip.
Satisfy your cravings at the Ahern Chocolate Shop.
No smoking, no resort fees, and the parking is always free. The Ahern Luxury Boutique Hotel is your home away from home.
Like a traditional handmade basket, retail is woven into the fabric of life in Nevada. From big box to mom and pop, retail supports our communities in countless ways. Jobs for the disabled, team uniforms for kids, help for the elderly, and so much more. Retail employs over 1 in 10 workers. Retail supports Nevada, and we support retail.
RANNV.org.
Rev it up during the $250,000 Cash and Wheels Guaranteed giveaways at Carson Valley Inn. Thousands in cash and free play every Thursday and Saturday. Drive away with a 2025 Ford Bronco or $45,000 guaranteed. Rev it up at the Carson Valley Inn.
It happens. And when it does, there's UMC Quick Care.
Thanks for watching Nevada Newsmakers. You can always watch our shows anytime on the website at nevadanewsmakers.com or the podcast. We have audio and video podcasts from all your favorite podcast locations and YouTube. Find us everywhere. We'll see you on the next broadcast. Thanks for watching.